Thanks, Prime Minister. And I think it's important that we take a deep breath and just acknowledge that whilst we have signed an agreement for additional support for our hospitals, and that's significant, hundreds of millions of dollars today in extra funding for, say, Victorian hospitals does not replace billions of dollars that have been taken away from Victorian hospitals. Premier Baird just made some comments about the unfair nature of 2014, and we can't dance around that. We can't ignore it, and the Prime Minister went to it in his own comments earlier on. I just ask people to remain focused on the context here, and whilst an agreement today is a positive, there's no getting away from or getting around or politely explaining away the fact that many billions of dollars will not be flowing to hospitals in my state and hospitals right across the nation as a result of decisions made in the 2014 budget. They are not reversed today, and that's a really important point for us all to acknowledge in a decent way, but in a fundamentally honest way. We would not be true to patients across our nation if we didn't do that. A couple of other quick matters. I'm very pleased that colleagues have agreed that at our next meeting I'll bring a more detailed report on the Royal Commission into family violence. A number of those recommendations, of the 227 recommendations, a number of those called for me to take to COAG a number of issues, and I'm very grateful to the Prime Minister and to colleagues for their agreement to do just that at our next meeting. There was a very productive discussion, particularly around family violence, counter-terrorism, and a whole range of other measures, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, to which we're all fundamentally committed. This was a productive meeting, but the context in which this meeting was held and the reality that our doctors and nurses and paramedics and patients will face tomorrow and the day after that cannot be glossed over. I won't allow that to happen.